Well, hello. Sitting next to me is Mr. James Calkins. He is the board president of the Holly Navarre Water Company. And there was a little bit of controversy the other night how the board meeting ended and adjourned, and James didn't have time to really talk to anybody. He had to go somewhere else, and I contacted him, and he came right on over today. So we have him sitting down next to me, and we're going to talk to him about that meeting. And we're also going to talk about the Fairpoint issue. And also, we're going to touch a little bit about the water treatment plant here on Navarre Beach. So welcome, James.
How you doing, Randy? Thank you very much for having me over. Basically, I want to say that we had a meeting a couple days ago, a Holly Navarre Water System meeting, and we had a lot of controversy in that meeting. And the reason why there's controversy is because when it comes to appointing new directors, unelected directors, it's a contentious issue. And every board member has their own way of doing things. And so when we got to that item, the meeting went well. When we got to that item, we didn't have a process, and I had my own idea for a process, and other board members had their own idea for a process. And one of the candidates that we read down the line, and we started off with Miss Debbie Gano, and basically I called a vote, and two board members voted for her, and then I voted for her also. And then if you look at it, that's 3-2. So I called her the winner, and I tried to have her seat at the table. Well, what ended up happening is the other board members disagreed with the process. And what happened is we all had kind of a constitutional type crisis, board bylaw crisis. And I saw this could have been a potential PR disaster. And so as president, I adjourned the meeting. And it was my goal to make sure that we're transparent. And one of the things that the board wanted to do is they wanted to call it to the back room. Well, that's not going to happen with me. I think that when you vote for a candidate, the public needs to see who you're voting for. So it's my opinion that at the next meeting that I called at 3 o'clock tomorrow, that everybody gets to show that who they're voting for, and the process is fair and balanced. And we're going to start the process over, and the board will decide the process. It's not all about me. It's about you. The members put me in this office, and the board voted me as president. And I have to make the right decisions, and at the time, they might not be the smartest decisions. I'm not perfect, but I'm going to do what the members want, and I'm going to have a fair, open, transparent process, and we're going to make this right tomorrow at 3. And I welcome the public to come over, voice their concerns, and I listen. And we're going to allow a fair vote. I was thinking that we can have each board member pick 2, but I'm going to let the board present their ideas. But we're going to make sure that all the board agrees. It's not, like I said, it's not about me. It's about the members who put me there.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
Listen, what about the Fairpoint issue? What's going on with that?
Well, the great news about Fairpoint, I got to tell you, we prevented a potential disaster. When I got on the Fairpoint board, there was an item that I noticed, and the item was to refinance $9.1 million, and that was about to be paid off in 2021 and 2024. And at first, when they presented this, I was okay with, let's see what they got, and what are the needs and the wants. And what I discovered is the things they needed was about $1 million. And the questions that I had was, well, why are we refinancing $9.1 million if we only need $1 million? And the argument to me was, well, all the people that move here in 2024, they're going to get a free ride. Well, that argument doesn't fit with me because, we're all going to benefit when we're out of debt. And it gets better. So they finally get the interest rates and all that and the different proposals from the banks. And when the proposals came back, it was actually, we had a fixed rate and they wanted to change it to a higher interest rate and at an adjustable rate mortgage. And I said, no way, you guys can't be serious. And they're like, yes, we are serious. So what ended up happening was I opposed it, and I got rolled over by 6-1 at the Fairpoint deal. So we brought it to Holly Navarre. And one thing is I wanted the public to see this issue. So a lot of good people got involved to get the messaging out on this is how people become like Flint, Michigan. This is how companies go into debt. And so we were able to stop that. And we got a good board now that's in favor of we only need to get things that we need. Let's live within our means. And fixed rate is always better than adjustable rate. And
well, didn't the Fed just decide to raise the rates yesterday?
That's right. And there's an example, and if we had an ARM, well, check this out. I was at a Fairpoint meeting recently, and they came back with the budget. And it showed that in 2024, when this thing is or 2027, when this thing's paid off, our money just goes through the roof. We'll have $10 million in the bank in about 10 years. And why not us loan the money or lower our rates? Go figure. That's how we get our rates lower, because Fairpoint charges Holly Navarre water system, and they had a 25% increase, which caused Holly Navarre water system rates to increase. Well, and the issue with the rate increases is we can stop them, but you got to have the right people that are willing to live within their means and be conservative to stop these things. And so
okay. So that's like a done deal, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much everybody on our board, as far as I know, is against refinancing a $9.1 million Fairpoint. And it has to go through all the utilities for it to actually happen. So if Holly Navarre stops it, then it's our voice is important for,
Yeah, the roll down. Listen, what's going on with the water treatment plant here on Navarre Beach?
Oh, the sewer treatment. I'm glad you asked that. The sewer treatment plant is that was one of the things that it is my goal, and I know a lot of other board members. We need to get rid of that sewer treatment plant. That's very important on Navarre Beach, based on the effluent. And so what we want to do is we want to work with the...
What do you mean about the effluent, for people who don't understand?
Well, currently...
These big college words.
Yeah. Well, apparently the sewer treatment plant on Navarre Beach is dumping effluent into the Sound. And we're
That's the gray...
That's the brown water, yeah.
The brown water?
Yeah,
okay.
The gray water, yeah.
Gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically it's not good, and and there is a way we can get rid of it if we work with the county and get a pipe under the bay, and we can pump the effluent into our sewer treatment plant and take it out of the county's hands. And because we have
yeah, but we're kind of in a dangerous situation if we got hit by a hurricane or something, right?
Well, there's another example. Is see if we pump the effluent under the bay, that would be better, in my opinion. But those are the experts' questions.
Because I remember when Ivan hit here, there was like sewage all in the roads and everywhere.
Oh wow!
So because we really shouldn't even have it on here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, people. I mean, those aren't really pretty things to look at, and and I think it would be better for everyone if that sewer treatment plant was off the island. And there was actually a proposal that was very smart by one of our board members, Mark Miller. And if there's one good thing that our last board left us with, it's Mark Miller, and he's our newly elected board member. And one of the things he said was basically the effluent disposal. We use it to water our golf course. Why don't we actually take that effluent disposal and water the trees on the island and make it a nice green island and take and get some use instead of dumping it into the Sound? Why don't we run a pipe down there? He had an idea like that, and it's a great idea, and something that I think we need to look into.
All right.
But we got to work with the county, and I think that
that's kind of like Highway 98. It takes many people involved. Right?
Yep. And all you can do is try,
Okay. Anything else?
Well, that's pretty much it. And I hope everybody can get together and get to that meeting at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And we're going to make this right. We're going to be fair. We're going to be balanced. And we appreciate everything from our members. And
Okay.
I'm I work for you. That's it. That's all I am, is working for the members. And your voices are very heard, loud and clear. You guys own this water system. That's my opinion I was elected to serve the members. And
Okay. Listen, I'm not going to be able to be at that meeting because tomorrow I've got the Pirates on the Panhandle awards luncheon for the sponsors of the Pirate Plunge. And then I'm going to Walmart for an awards ceremony to the people involved in the 9/11, where they saved the guy's life there over at Walmart, and then I'm swinging over to Navarre Beach because they're doing the unveiling of the mat that's going to allow people in wheelchairs access to Navarre Beach, which I think is fantastic.
wow.
But I would like to touch base with you again and, just be able to report to our viewers, how everything worked out on Friday. But I'm sure that with your leadership and the rest of the board members giving input, that you guys will all be on board, the board directors, and come together and do the right thing for the community of Navarre.
That's the goal. The most important thing our community needs is a united board. We need to take back the bad reputation that Hawley Navarre Water has. It's my goal to unite the board, to get along, to have a fair and transparent process and board, and I will do everything I can to make that happen. And we got a good group, and we're going to make it happen. That's the goal.
All right. It's good to be positive. Thank you very much for being with me today. And I thank you guys for taking a little bit of time out of your day to get involved in the process of things that happen here in Navarre. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Randy, for having us, and thank you.